Welcome to my channel. Today, we're diving into The Art of Saying No by Damon Zahariades. If you struggle with overcommitting, people-pleasing, or simply need more time for yourself, this book has some powerful insights for you. Zahariades provides practical strategies to help you set boundaries, avoid burnout, and live a more fulfilling life. If you're interested in learning more life-changing tips and summaries like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. The book starts with a problem many of us face. We say yes too often. Zahariades explains that while saying yes can feel rewarding in the moment, over time, it drains our energy and fills our schedules with things we may not truly want to do. The reason? We don't want to disappoint others, seem rude, or feel uncomfortable saying no. However, by always agreeing to others' requests, we risk losing control over our own time and priorities. The author reveals that people-pleasing is often tied to deeper issues, such as a fear of rejection, a need for approval, or low self-esteem. When we're motivated by these concerns, we give away our time and energy in ways that don't align with our goals. Zahariades emphasizes that saying no doesn't make us selfish. Instead, it helps protect our resources, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. To illustrate this, he asks us to think of our time and energy as limited resources. Once spent, they can't be regained. Zahariades introduces the concept of reframing no as a positive and necessary act. Saying no isn't just about turning people away. It's about saying yes to ourselves and our needs. Every time we say no to something that doesn't serve us, we open up time and energy to say yes to things that align with our values and goals. He encourages readers to view their boundaries as a form of self-respect and self-care, not as a rejection of others. This shift in mindset can be transformative. When we see saying no as a way to honor ourselves, it becomes easier to use it in situations where we might otherwise feel guilty. Zahariades suggests that one way to practice this is by setting small boundaries in our daily lives, such as politely declining small favors or requests that don't resonate with our priorities. By practicing this, we start to build confidence and become more comfortable with the act of saying no. One of the key insights in The Art of Saying No is the importance of knowing our priorities. Zahariades believes that knowing what we want out of life is a crucial step toward saying no effectively. If we don't have a clear sense of our priorities, we're more likely to go along with whatever others ask of us. He advises readers to make a list of their personal values, goals, and the activities that matter most to them. Zahariades emphasizes that our priorities aren't fixed. They can evolve over time. By regularly assessing what's most important, we can make more intentional choices. For instance, if family time is a top priority, we can be firm in saying no to requests that would cut into that time. Knowing our priorities also helps us communicate our boundaries confidently, as we're coming from a place of clarity rather than hesitation. The next section dives into practical techniques for saying no without feeling guilty. Zahariades shares several methods, including the soft no, which acknowledges the request but politely declines, and the deflect and redirect technique, where you suggest an alternative solution. For example, if someone asks you to take on extra work, you could suggest another colleague or propose a solution that doesn't require your involvement. He also highlights the importance of body language and tone when saying no. By speaking firmly but kindly, we communicate respect both for the other person and for ourselves. The author also provides several example phrases, such as, "I'd love to, but I don't have the capacity right now," or, "I appreciate the offer, but I have to pass." These responses allow us to say no without feeling as though we're closing doors or burning bridges. Even with the best intentions, sometimes saying no can lead to pushback. Zahariades addresses this by providing strategies for staying firm when others try to convince us otherwise. One of the strategies is to remain calm and reiterate your boundaries if someone pushes back. He suggests calmly repeating your answer or explaining your reasons if you feel it's necessary. This approach shows that while you respect the other person's request, you're also committed to honoring your own needs. Guilt is another obstacle many people face when setting boundaries. Zahariades reassures readers that feeling guilty initially is normal. However, he encourages us to see this as part of the growth process. Over time, as we become more comfortable with setting boundaries, the guilt lessens. To manage guilt, he recommends reminding ourselves of the benefits of saying no, such as reduced stress and more energy for our personal passions. The more we experience these benefits, the easier it becomes to let go of guilt. Finally, Zahariades explores how to apply these principles across various aspects of life. He discusses saying no in social situations, at work, and even with family. In social situations, he encourages readers to recognize that it's okay to miss events or gatherings if they don't align with our needs. At work, he advises being clear with colleagues and supervisors about your limits, especially when you're asked to take on additional tasks that could lead to burnout. With family, Zahariades acknowledges that setting boundaries can be particularly challenging due to close emotional ties. However, he encourages readers to communicate openly and honestly with family members about their needs and limits. By creating boundaries that allow for mutual respect, we can preserve our relationships without compromising our well-being. To wrap up, the art of saying no empowers us to reclaim our time and energy by setting clear boundaries. Zahariades reminds us that saying no is an act of self-respect, not selfishness. By understanding our priorities and using practical techniques, we can confidently protect our time and live more intentionally. Remember, every time you say no to something that drains you, you're saying yes to something that truly matters. If this resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more empowering summaries like this.